So this was a pretty interesting problem I encountered on this expo. So let me show you what it's doing now that it's working. So basically when you hit, ball lands in this hole, it makes a spinner spin. It spins and then it stops. And if it lands on a lit light here, you get 500 points. If it lands on a non-lit one, you get 50 points. So let me do it again. 500. And of course, I'm just going to keep getting 500 now. If I was playing a game, it'd be 50 every time. So there's the 50. Okay, so what it was doing before, I'm going to show you here. Well, let me just keep it spinning. You hear that click, clack, in the back box? A couple relays, they're clicking back and forth, and that's telling the game that it's not done spinning and not to score yet. So now it's going to stop, and you get 50 points. What it was doing before was it would do like this. I'm going to make it up. It would go bing, 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 and as it went, it'd go like 100, 110, 110. So you get your 5 dings, but it would just, as it was turning around, it wasn't waiting until the end. So this was kind of a weird one. So let me show you what was going on. So this is that same mech in the back. This outer one, those are the 10 spots. And this inner one here, there's only 2 tracers. There's a trace on the outside and a trace on the inside, and every other one goes to the inside and every other one goes outside. So basically, those 2 run to, this is the number 2 delay relay and the number 1 delay relay. By the way, this is the 10 times value. So basically, as the thing's turning, that click, clack, click, clack, click, clack is this thing going back and forth and back and forth. And it energizes one of these relays, and then it has to wait for the score motor down in the cabinet to get to a certain point, and then if it hasn't clicked again, then it knows it stopped. The problem with this was, if you look here real close, you get this, see if it'll focus in. If you can see all that erosion in there, and it's not actually the pad scraping it. What was going on is it was arcing between there. So there's about 35, 40 volts between those 2 pads, and it is eroded electrically, not mechanically. You could actually physically see the little arcs back here if you looked. That's how I found it. And they are all over the place. Again, that is not... So what somebody had done is somebody had oiled this or greased it, but they had used the wrong kind of grease. You've got to use dielectric grease or an oil that's dielectric based. So basically that's non-conductive. That's what's on here now. There's a little bit of dielectric grease. So it won't conduct electricity across the surface, because not only will it short out the game, and on the long term, it will basically start causing damage. This is actually not too bad. It slides just fine, but was certainly a fun one to try and diagnose, but it's working fine now.